Have you ever come up with the most insane melody in your head? You're humming it everywhere you go. You know it's gonna be sick. You sit down at your piano and you have absolutely no idea how to translate it to the DAW. Fear not, there are a combination of features in Ableton Live 11 that you can use to take the melody from your head and translate it into your DAW. You don't need any music theory, you don't even need to touch the keys. Not only that, you can get it perfectly in the key of your choice, and if you want to, you can switch up the key altogether. The timestamps are below in the description so that you can skip to your favorite section, but let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to use is the microphone, and if you don't have a microphone, maybe you're just working on a laptop, you can still use the mic input into your computer. To set that up and make sure that you have the right input, go to Preferences and come to the Audio tab, and on your audio input device, just make sure that you have selected your microphone. Once you have your audio input set up, you need to take the melody from your head and translate it through the mic into Ableton. So we're going to record on our track. We just press the record. We see the little grey meter moving up and down. And now we can sing the melody into the project. You don't have to be the best vocalist or even get your melody in tune, but try to be as accurate as possible, as this is going to help to speed up the later stages. All right, let's record a random melody that is inside my head. Da 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 da. Next, we're going to extract the melody from this audio file. So right-click on the audio file and convert melody to new MIDI track. And this melody is Ableton's analysis of the file of vocal recording that we've just done. The great thing about tracking melody in this way is that we're now introducing the human organic feel, adding imperfections into the melody line. If you take a look, we have a variation in velocity, so every note is being played at a different velocity, and that's dependent on how hard the delivery came from the vocal performance. And then also the note lengths are not all exactly the same. So we have a very human feel in our MIDI clip already. And if you want to see more ways to humanize music, then I do have a recent video that I just posted, so link up there, I think there. I never remember which side. Up there. Ways to humanize your music. But now we have to tidy up this melody and get it sounding smoother and into a key. First thing that we can do to clean up this melody is Control or Command and A to select all, and Control or Command and U to quantize it. So let's take a listen. So as you can hear there, it started to computerize it and take away the human feel. Everything is now rigidly on a block. So Control or Command and Z to undo, and we can go to our quantize settings and we can reduce the amount of quantization. We can also quantize to 1/16, so we're working with smaller increments. Let's bring the amount down to about 50%, and now let's press OK. And you can see that we've quantized the notes a little bit. They have moved slightly further to the grid lines, so we're getting a bit more in time, but maintaining that human aspect. I've just undone that because there is also another way that you could maintain that human aspect, but also get this a little bit more in time. What you could do is you could look for the major bar lines. Let's do 1/4. We can grab our notes in a cluster and we can now move them to the nearest bar line. So we've moved an entire group there to the 1.2 bar line. And the same for this cluster here. We could drag this to the 3, and this cluster we could drag to the 4.4, for example. So we're dragging groups to the bar line. You're maintaining the groove and the feel and the movement between each of these notes, but you're selecting a group of them and you're dragging the first one to the bar line. Also, go ahead and delete extra notes that you feel aren't really working in your melody line. Now we're going to get the melody into a key, and you don't need any music theory to do this. Ableton Live 11 has an incredible new feature, which is the scale, and if you activate it, you now see that we have colored lines across the MIDI note editor. And those colored lines correspond to the scale that we've selected, which at the moment is C major. So if you wanted to pick a scale, most electronic music is written in minor scales, but some in major. So you could go to the minor and you could select D minor. So now all of the colored lines of this clip, which I just changed to orange so that you could see it better, they correspond to the scale. But obviously we have notes that are on the gray lines. So we're going to move them so that they sit on the notes in the scale. Instead of using your mouse to drag and drop because you could potentially mess up the melody, what you're going to do is select over your notes and use your typing keyboard to use the up and down arrows so that you move them onto a colored line. We're going to do the same for this gray line. We're going to bring that down. So everything now looks like it's on an orange line. We can unfold the scale and we can fold it using the scale fold. And now everything is on an orange line because we have a complete orange picture. Let's play this melody. Now, if you don't like the scale of D minor, you decided that this actually isn't the scale for you, you can switch it up. But first, if you're looking for more tips and tricks, or just an extra insight into my world as a producer, DJ, and content creator, then connect with me on TikTok and Instagram. So let's switch up the key of our melody. We're currently in the key of D minor, and to get this to a new key without any music theory knowledge, we're going to unfold the scale. We're going to select a new key, so let's go for F minor. And now what you need to do is find a note in your melody that was the root note of the original key, so D minor. We're going to select all of the notes. We're going to look for a D, which I can see here, and we're going to use the typing keyboard so that we don't mess up the melody, and we're going to move that D to an F, which is the root note of the new key. So going up to an F. Now this melody line should be in the key of F minor. To check that, we fold the scale and we can see that all of the notes are now on the orange blocks, meaning that this is perfectly in key of F minor. If you're getting something out of this video, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Finally, on this ridiculously hot day, I don't know why I decided to film a video today, but it is so hot. But thanks for watching anyway. This has been so difficult. Finally, let's switch up the instrument because Ableton has given us a standard instrument. We can just go onto the track, delete it, and then go into your instruments and find a new instrument to replace on your MIDI track. And that's how you can take melodies from your head into the door with no music theory. If you got something out of this video, please give it a like and drop a comment underneath. And if you would like to subscribe to the channel, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, and then you will be notified every time I post a video. Yay! My name's Becky Safe, and I will see you for another one. Bye!